Hi everyone and welcome back. Exciting video at last. I've finished all the backgrounds in Hanna Karlzon Soulmates. You can tell it is a much loved book. Look at the state of it now. There's pastel, there's paint, there's all sorts all over this. So we'll just start off. Title page. This one was it was all Posca paint. Just Posca paint pen. Just a really easy one. But the thing with this one is I wanted to carry on with the background. Once I'd actually done the picture, I can go over it then, you know, and make more shading. But the basic background is done in that one. Same with these little bits and bobs in the boot, you know, that's classed as colouring, not the backgrounds. So this is the first proper background. I will try my best to remember which media I've used. But I mean, there's a lot of pages and it has taken me a couple of months to do this, so I probably won't remember everything. But I've used the Jane Davenport Silky Skin. I've used watercolour paint. I've used the, I always forget, is it JK or KJ? Designed by Kate from Etsy. That's the shimmery paint. I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, it is doing a little bit there. Yeah, that's the first one. The second one is the Goose. It was a wash of watercolour paint all over. Watercolour for the drips down the page, and everything else glitter gel pens, the Jelly Roll pens, Sakura ones. That's that one. A very easy one, again with the but these were the Pentel glitter gel pens, and it was soft pastels for the background, and I have gone between the little nooks and crannies with just coloured pencil. I think I used Prisma for that. The crab that you've already seen, I completed this one before I actually decided to. I've got my dressing gown on, it's absolutely freezing today. I finished this one before I actually decided to do all the backgrounds first. So yeah, you've already seen this one. My wolf. So all the background is near colour too, but if I lift it up, that is silver glittery nail polish. I don't know if the camera's gonna, but you can see it a little bit there. And then there's gold glitter nail polish on this side. This one, again, another easy one. That's Arteza acrylic paint on both sides, and then I've gone around with a little bit of pencil. Again, is the camera going to pick that up? Just a little bit of shading, and then a little bit of shading around her as well. This was Distress Ink. That's that. Again, I want to colour the pictures in, the actual images, before, you know, going around the bits and bobs. I did want to add glitters to this one, but I want to actually finish the page before I add any glitter on that one. So the fish, that is that watercolour paint again from Etsy. Just plain black acrylic and the metallic Sakura Jelly Rolls for these stars, dots and whatnot. The weasel, is it a weasel? I'm not sure. Ferret, that's what it is, it's a ferret. Ink tent initially, and then I went over because I wasn't happy with it with the Neo Colour 2s. So I wanted to try and make this one look a bit old. I'm not sure if I've succeeded, but I think that'll look really good once I've got the clothes on her. I'm going to go for a dark green dress. I've actually found a couple of inspiration pictures that I've got on my phone ready to colour that one. But to be totally honest, I'm going to take a break from this boot now that I've done all the backgrounds. Yeah, I need a little break from it. This one was very, very simple. Glitter gel pens all around. That fabric liquid, the 3D. Very, very easy, that one. I think it's come out quite nice though. So or the reindeers. I've gone for more of a mountain background. I think maybe when I come to actually colouring this I might use some white acrylic paint to put some snow on top of the mountains. Not sure yet. I'll just draw snow in. Yep, that's just oil pastels. And I blended it all out with Zest It. Again, that stuff is horrible smelling. All this was Inktense. That's it, Inktense. I'm not doing anything with this background, nor am I doing anything there. I think that's enough. Tried to make it look a bit, you know, camouflage. I don't know if anybody else's book as well is like this, but there's actually there's print on the very inside. It's only this one page though. This is the one that I already completed before I started doing the background, so I'm not going to add a background to this because I'm happy as it is. The octopus lady. I'm going to use, I've used Neocolor 2s. That's it. That's all I've used for this one. And I think again I'll be adding glitter and etc. once the page is actually coloured. My lion, I tried to go for Game of Thrones colours. I used Crayola Super Tips all over actually. And then the Silky Skin Jane Davenport just around the edges to try and blend out the, I mean I'll bring you in. It is quite streaky. I've tried my best to cover it up with the Silky Skin, but you can still see it, but it's alright. Alright. My penguin one, I really like this one. All soft pastels and glitter gel pens. I do really like this one. I think I'm just going to stick with the blues and turquoises, possibly greens for this one. This one is Inktense. Everything is Inktense on this, and this one took me a long time going through each individual little leaf. Yeah, it took a few nights to complete this. I've already done the eyes because my husband said that it'd be good in that colour. I'm not sure whether I like them, and hopefully I'll be able to go over with colour pencil. It might turn out though once I start colouring it. Right, this is a completely mixed media one. I think this is one of the ones that I did a video on, colour along. Honest to God, I can't remember whether it was Neocolor or pastels. I think it might be pastel. I think it is by the feel of it. And then washi tape here, there, everywhere. And then again with that liquid fabric stuff. You've seen this one. Back lady, just black acrylic. It was a bit annoying to be honest, going around all the beads, but it's done. And then we've got, is it a Lima? And that's Lima, isn't it? I see a lot of people doing the Harry Potter theme with this because of her looking very Harry Potter-esque. I didn't want to go down that same route, so I've literally done it's Inktense for the background because I just bought the Inktense blocks and I wanted to try them out on this, and I did have to go over it quite a few times, so just be aware that if you're using it for a large background it does look quite patchy. Again, I've gone over with different colour washi tape just to add a little bit of something extra. This one was all Prismacolor, nothing else added to it, and then just blended out with a blending stump over the circles. This one, Inktense again, yeah, Inktense, and white Posca for all the stars, and again with that liquid fabric, bits of black everywhere. Right, this one, this is all just soft pastel, but I'm not going to leave it as this, I don't think. I'm calling it done for now, but when I actually colour the picture in, I am going to add more. I'm going to add more shading and definition to the background, but for now I am calling it done because I'm not too sure what colour scheme I'm going with this, so I don't want to add any extra and then be disappointed that, you know, I've already put the colour down and there's nothing I can do about it then. So I'm calling this done for now. I'm not sure whether I showed you this one or not. This is probably the easiest one in the book. It's just stickles. I'll show you on that page. It's just stickles all over. Nice and easy. I'm not doing anything else with the background. Nothing on that one. Again with Inktense. I seem to be loving Inktense for this book. This one did take a long time. Yeah, pre-warning, if you're using it on a large background, just be careful because it is quite streaky, and I did go over it a few times with different layers, but it is what it is and it's done. So this is Inktense again for the shading, and just some soft pastels. Again, I don't think I'm going to go around the edges. I'm not going to go through the plants. I had enough with the other picture. So I'm happy with this. I'll just add stickles and glitter when the page is finished. My cat. So I've drawn galaxies everywhere. And this is another one that I have put glitter nail polish over the top. Yeah. I love that one. I think that one's turned out superb. I do really like that one. Again, I wanted to do the circles because I didn't want to have to get through all the individual little gaps, and I think it's turned out, you know, nice as it is anyway without going over the top. And this one I think is a bit of a fail. I've got some tissue paper, some leopard print tissue paper that I'm and ahhing whether to just go over these spots that have just not turned out. I don't like it. This is just a wash of Inktense in the hair as well as on the fur of the leopard. So they'll be easy to go over with pencil, I suppose, but these lightning, I don't know what I was thinking there, but I mean, it's ink now, there's nothing I can do. I can try and stick paper over it, like tissue paper, but yeah, it is what it is. This is an acrylic background. I was going for a sunset, and by the looks of it, it looks like, let me lift you up, it looks like the whole city's on fire. It's not meant to turn out like that. It was meant to turn out like a sky, but it hasn't. But it's okay. It's done. This is one that I do really like. Unfortunately, I've got a bit of stickles on the other side from her bubbles. All Inktense, and then just stickles on the bubbles. But I think that's turned out really effective. You know, it wasn't too much hard work. It wasn't really time consuming that because I didn't spend a lot of time in the background. I think that's what you need to do with the Inktense. Don't work in big block areas because it's just going to go streaky. I mean, it's took me over half the boot to actually realise that, but I've learnt now. I think they're chinchillas, aren't they? I think they are. This is again totally mixed media, so we've got acrylic on both sides, acrylic backgrounds, and then we've got the Winsor & Newton pot of ink for the circles, some stickles around, some of them randomly, some little heart gems, I'll lift you up, some little heart gems, the 3D ones, more washi tape, and I just wanted to have fun with this one because it was a fun page. It will be really fun to colour this one actually. My lizard lady. So again, this is just it's not quite tissue paper, but it's not like a thick paper what you'd be able to draw on. It's like an in-between. So I've literally just PVA glued this to the whole of the background, and when I come to colouring I'm going to add distress ink around the edges. I couldn't do that right away though, because if I did that it would have gone over the actual colouring, and I want to put the colour down first before I go over the top with the distress ink. So I will have to wait to properly finish this one off, but the base is there, and the base, you know, I'm happy with it. Yeah. A very easy one because I had no idea what to do with this one. I mean, it's a long book, I started to run out of ideas. So I went with normal chicken colours, you know, browns, oranges, creams, that sort of thing. I think it'll look alright once it's coloured, but I'm not doing anything else with this background now. The dragon, I wanted to go a little bit different than the usual reds and oranges that I was seeing. So this is just all Pentel hybrid dual metallic gel pens, and it is lovely and shiny. Believe it or not, it did take me a long time to do this because all the little lines and everything. Yeah, I love the way it's turned out. See how shiny it is. It's good, isn't it? My pirate, all ink tints again. I was still learning at this point, but I can go over a little bits and bobs with the watercolour or acrylic. But I like it. I like that it's a bit messy. This one, it's not meant to be perfect. So yeah, was it Bee Lady? Basic yellow acrylic background. Nothing fancy about that, but I think it's quite striking, that colour. It's quite bright. Phoenix, again with the ink tints. I'm loving the ink tints in this book, like I keep saying. And I've got, let's see if I can pick it up. This is gold nail varnish on the globe. It gives it a nice texture of that as well. But you can see as I've gone through the book, my skills with the ink tints have got slightly better. Yeah. This one, I thought I was being quite clever with this one. I've not seen anybody else do it. It's made the paper so wonky doing this. But I found some old writing on the internet, printed it out, and then I got that piece of paper, popped it in the sink with a couple of tea bags and stained the paper, let it dry out and stuck it on. And I think it's so effective. And again, once I've coloured it in, I'm going to go around with soft pastels so there's not such a stark line between them. But I think it's like all love letters, this. That's all love letters, and this is an old receipt. Yeah, but like I said, it has made the paper very crinkly. I did this one only last night and it has unfortunately bled through just a bit there at the top of the ear. So this is just washed down acrylic. Not a thick coat at all, because I want to go over the top with colour pencils for shading. On my acrylic that I do use, it's Arteza, if I didn't mention. Mostly watercolour based background. I got a heat gun because I was sick to death of having to sit here and wait for it to dry for hours and hours. And it does work, the heat gun. It is good, but again, it crinkles the paper quite a lot. So I just be mindful of that. And then again with the 3D liquid, I think there's a bit of stickles. There is stickles, but they're squished together when I've shut the page. I'm again trying to flatten down this book. I think you might have seen this one. Ganzai Tambi, a watercolour paints. That's it. That's all it is. And then I mixed a bit of white acrylic, watered it down, and then sort of like flicked it onto the page to make water splatters. Let me show you. It is quite effective in real life. I don't know if it's turning up on camera, showing up on camera. The steampunk lady, that's just a basic stencil that I got from Hobbycraft. And then we've got the Winsor & Newton gold ink in the little pots. And distress ink, that's everything that's on here. In all honesty, I couldn't be bothered with doing this one so detailed, because I know when it comes to colouring this, it's going to be so hard, you know, making the metal look real. So yeah. I don't know what you call it. It's zodiac. That's what I tried to make it with the stars and whatnot in the background. A lot of stickles on this one. And then we've got, I want to say it's ink tints again. It's the ink tints blocks that I've used again. So you can tell with the sound of the paper actually. Yeah. So you would have seen this one already, the unicorn one. This is one again that I finished before I decided to commit to doing all the backgrounds in this book. I think I've gone over what I've used in this in a previous video. That is a complete disaster because of the face. I used Crayola Super Tips wanting to base it, and I could not cover up the streaks. So that is a complete and utter fail, unfortunately. And then my little cat. Inktense for all the darker purple for the shading, and then I went over with the KP, I keep forgetting the name of that company from Etsy, the watercolour paint. So as you can see, it's really shimmery. I'll tell a lie, the one page that I've not done in this is the very last page, which I will just do at my own leisure. That's not a proper page in my opinion. So yeah, I'm calling this done. If I could pick a page that's my favourite, I'll just take you back through slowly. This is one of my favourites, definitely the Phoenix. Like I said, I'm really proud of that idea with the old writing tea bag trick. This is another one that I really like. I think it's going to be this one. Yeah, don't like that one. And again, I love that one. Really happy with how that's turned out. And I like my owls as well. I don't know which one's my favourite now. I like the peacock as well. No, I think I'm going to say the fish. The fish is my favourite one. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm enjoying the fact that I've finished this book and I can start working on some other things. So yeah, as you can see, very dirty, very messy book, and again, look how thick it's gotten. I'll try my best to flatten it down, but I'm scared it's going to break apart, to be honest. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Colour Me Stress Free. Bye!